Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this live stream with Mr. M. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. It's good to see you.
Oh, man. You know what? I was missing in action yesterday because, well, I went to the Louis XIII event.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice. I had a lot to drink. I haven't drank in a while, so
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's
exactly. And I was like, I couldn't miss the Louis XIII. Louis XIII is like, you know, it's an icon of cognac.
It's the one you don't want to miss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I have a couple bottles myself, right? And you know, I should I'm running out. So even though I was thinking, okay, I gotta get another bottle, and my wife said, oh, you don't even drink the goddamn thing at home. So why are you getting another bottle?
They're so pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to be honest, I tried at yours with Steven Seagal when we had that drink.
Yeah.
Oh my, so smooth. It's unbelievable.
Yes, it's a beautiful drink, yes. Yeah, but a little expensive, but man, worth it. It's been in the barrel for 100 years, so.
There you go. There's no price for that.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about cognac. We're here to talk about crypto. We got some news for you guys, right? Obviously some Hopium and Bitcoin. But man, the Hopium on Ethereum, man, strong with these ones, right? They're really strong. There's a lot of Hopium out there for Ethereum. But you know what? If you're watching my Instagram story, right? All you guys who Hopium factories out there, right? My Instagram story shows you the reality of Ethereum and what has transpired, right? And if you looked at it, you saw that my IoT device. Remember the device that shows you? It was like has a time, a date, and stuff like that. You have one, and I forget what they call it.
La metric.
La metric. Yes. And it also has Bitcoin price. Well, I don't know. It got disconnected from the internet or whatever, and it's showing me old prices from I don't know from when, but it says 70 Bitcoins at 73,000.
Yeah, he's done it as well.
And then Ethereum's at 4,000. Now I want you to think way back when that was true, right? And now that Bitcoin, where's Bitcoin right now?
105. Ethereum is going backward.
Where's Ethereum right now?
It's going backward. I mean, he's charging, He's on time to charge.
Oh, damn, man.
If you would have asked me, like I said, I would have not expected Ethereum to be at 2,000, 6,000.
What the hell?
What's going on, man?
What? I expected this thing way past gold. Way past. And holding strong, but no.
Not yet.
Ooh, well, guys, you know what? I have a show that shows you where the price of Ethereum could go and also where the price of Solana could go in the next little while, especially if Bitcoin has a little bit of a pullback, right? Which we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that shortly when we go over some of the news items that we have here, because it's some shocking stuff. But yeah,
maybe that's what happens. Bitcoin pulls back and Ethereum pumps. Hey, at this point,
yeah. That's what happens.
100%, yeah.
All right. So, anyways, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hitting the like. I know there's 29 likes. Like a little bit more, just a little bit more. If you guys can hit the like button a little bit more, a little bit harder, smash it.
Smash it, yeah.
I'd really appreciate that. Oh man, there's so few people watching.
Yeah,
what happened?
It's warming up.
What happened?
It takes a little bit of time for the stream to be propagated.
All right. Yeah. Well, make sure you hit subscribe and then head over to Mr. M Podcast and hit subscribe there. Right? He's gonna be doing probably some Maybach soon. Right?
Thank you. Yes. And tonight I'm going to upload a Lean Alden chat, which is epic. So probably around 8 or 9 Dubai. So I have to edit. So I'll do it today. It's really good chat we had, so make sure you check it out.
Almost 19K?
Yeah, I think I'm 30 away or something, so almost 19. Yeah.
Nice.
When we get to 21,000, we got to celebrate. 21 is a magic number, right? So
for Bitcoin, yes.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's how it feels, right?
Bitcoin's like squeezing out there. But, there's always this guy saying, right, there should be a bubble here. I'm going to the moon. I'm gonna look like this guy one day.
I'm pre-buff.
I'm pre-buffed.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, at some point it has to do something. Otherwise, this will be the first time, right? So, I mean, I know we've seen a bunch of discussions in the group we are in last night about Ethereum and what could happen to it. But, I mean, this is very bizarre. So far, Ethereum is behaving really weird.
I don't know if it's that weird, right? I mean, it's
Well, it's going the opposite direction.
it was expected to be considered to be the second best current cryptocurrency.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
Still is.
I don't know about that anymore because here's the reason why. It's like, I don't know, Ethereum, you're too slow. You went on top of that, right? It's too expensive, and then on top of that, right? People have to use other networks, and then it's really complicated for them to use other networks.
Yeah.
Right? It's still Ethereum, just other networks. And it's like, what? Huh? What? Right? So it makes things a little bit complicated. Now, the good thing about Ethereum is that, you know, the Ethereum virtual machine is used everywhere, even on different platforms that are not a shard of Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Yeah. So it is going to be a household name forever, right? Ethereum, right? For and I think Solidity. When I'm coding in Rust, by the way. For
You said
Solana,
yesterday, the other day.
and I'm doing it like whilst you came in.
Okay.
It is a freaking nightmare. It is a nightmare plus tax.
Damn.
There are so many known issues, right? That you have to create massive workarounds for.
Damn. You would think it's easier and it's fast.
Yeah, when you compare that to Solidity on Ethereum's virtual machine, it's night and day, dude. Wow. It's night and day. Right? It is like even the AI systems are having trouble figuring out what to do.
Damn.
That's how bad it is. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know how Rust is going to continue with Solana. But anyways, that's the difference, right? That's the difference. When you're coding between the two, Ethereum and Solana, well, Ethereum's easier, right? And well known, while Solana, even AI is like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going. Yes, it came to that point.
It's too broke the AI.
I know. It's like, I'm not sure what's going on here. Then it has to go searching on the internet, find out, oh, there's a known issue here.
Damn. I didn't know it was that bad. Do you know top of your... Maybe that's something we could research for tomorrow, unless you know top of your head. What is the percentage on stablecoin usage? Because I think Ethereum is still dominating, right?
Yes, of course, yes.
So that would be interesting to see if there is a swap potentially, because I know that USDT, for example, is also on Solana, on AVAX, and there is a bunch of different chains, but I don't think anyone is using them. So the Ethereum network still has the upper hand for now.
Exactly. So there you go. Especially for big money, at least.
Exactly.
All right.
And
Moon Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Global money supply is about to explode. I mean, so far we've been following the M2 to a T. So now there could be a correction, which you mentioned in the intro, which we can go into it later. But if you look into the yellow line there, which is where the M2 has gone so far, there is a delay. I think this is what is the offset? Is it 90 days or 112 or something like this? And you can see we're following quite, quite 101. So to be expected a pump in the later months.
Yeah, so buying slowly. If you want to do some leverage trading, right? There's some great exchanges in the description. But 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? You start off small and keep adding if prices go down, and that's it. Don't be like that win guy.
And it's gone.
All right, moving on. Just in, 1.6 trillion Bank of America says escalating trade tensions will draw new investors to Bitcoin this summer. Okay. I guess. Bull market just getting started. Buckle up. Well, I don't know. if we want to trust the bank with their statements, I'd like to say that this is true because the bank says it, but you know how it is with these things, right?
Yeah.
You know how it is, right? They like to get people all riled up for to do the wrong thing. So I'm a little concerned, little concerned. Don't like the banks saying that. I like them to say, yeah,
It's going to zero.
It's going to zero.
Yeah.
Why are you buying it?
Yeah. By the way, speaking of inverse stuff, Gene Kramer posted something like, I think it was yesterday, said, "Are you guys watching this?" ? And people have gone, "Hey, wait. What the hell are you talking about?" Because we're bullish on Bitcoin. It's over.
Exactly.
So I don't think anyone has solved what he was talking about, but there was a moment of panic in the Bitcoin community.
Oh no!
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh no!
Yeah. You guys watching this?
Whoa!
Jokes. You're a blessed Kramer, man.
It's
Best indicator ever.
Exactly.
So,
Oh my god!
so maybe your $99,000 Bitcoiners. We know why.
Oh damn!
Hey, on the other side, there could be a pattern who takes us to 135,000.
Yeah, I think we're heading there. Probably heading there. Most likely. Let's see if this pattern. This is a megaphone pattern, and I don't know if we've actually broken out from the megaphone pattern. You can say that maybe it's a.
They're still inside.
Yeah, I don't think we are still inside, but
I mean, we're kind of on the edge.
it's just that it just wider megaphone. That's all, right?
Yeah.
If you were to draw it like from this way up, right? So that's just like this, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
But it's just a matter of time. Right before. Yeah, Kramer is my financial planner.
Whatever real estate.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, check this out, Eric. So I've actually seen at the conference,
Yeah.
there was an area called the Deep, which was the whale area, the VIP area. And he was there and he had a mini panel for like 20 minutes. And it was my absolute favorite for the whole conference. Because he nailed on the fact that he said, well, me and my father have been debanked a bunch of times. Where with Bitcoin, they can't take our money away. So I think Eric gets it. So I don't know how much he's going to say here, but I think he's going to mimic what he said into the private conference area. So we can play it and see.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed what he said.
Let's see what he says.
The reason we got into crypto, and we're all in on crypto, and we're doing American Bitcoin, and we have World Liberty Finance and USD1 was because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, where there was I could call any single banker in New York City. They'd pick up the phone. I'd be able to get a loan for whatever real estate project I was doing across the street. Then we got into politics, and all of a sudden, they wouldn't take your call. You couldn't get financing. We were debanked. And what I realized, and my brother realized, because we were the recipients of every subpoena imaginable, was that, you know what, we were actually just the top of this sort of pyramid scheme that we didn't realize we were a part of, that the financial system was totally undemocratized because we had a certain balance sheet and whatever, we could kind of do whatever we wanted. The regular guy was messed up. Now we were all of a sudden in the shoes of the regular guy that wouldn't be able to take advantage of the markets. And we said, what's the solution for that? The answer is crypto. You know, these decentralized platforms where you're not beholden to this, where you create efficiencies. As a guy that did real estate, you know, why am I paying coins in and out for title insurance that could be done on the blockchain? So we got into crypto not because it was like, hey, this is the next cool thing. We got into it out of necessity. We got into it because we understood just how quickly we could be turned off, even as an incredible developer from New York City. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue that we didn't change the skylight of New York City, but that disappeared in an instant. I mean, we're getting sued by New York State AG, $500 million fees for paying back loans on time with interest. These aren't, fair markets. There's nothing egalitarian about any of that. So we actually, as innovators, as people who understand these things, we went all in on a concept that makes total sense because we'd actually been the recipient of how quickly that can be shut off. And so it actually makes total sense. The Trump organization isn't doing anything with foreign countries. The first time around in the administration, we actually stopped doing all foreign deals. And unlike the Bidens, we were actually doing international business before we got into politics.
My question, though.
But let me finish. we stopped doing those things, and the market still said, oh, they're profiteering off of this, they're doing that. We got zero credit. We shut down hundreds of millions of dollars of business to voluntarily just say, just in case. So now what we're going to do, we're going to play by all of the rules. We're going to do what we're allowed to do. But we got zero credit for going so far above and beyond because, that's the nature of this beast, right? It's a market cycle. I get it. It's click-worthy. It's nonsense.
So let me ask you a question about the meme coin.
Okay.
Oh my God!
That guy, man.
See how he pivots to because he knows that he can't win that argument.
Yeah.
Right. He can't win it. So I'm going to talk about something to piss you off, right?
Yeah, that guy.
I hate that other guy, man.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he's just that's just the way he works, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what you have to do with him, right? When he does that, right?
Slap
Hopefully,
him?
not just slap him, but just point out the hypocrisy,
Yeah.
right? So you want to talk about meme coins when I just pointed out something, the unfair treatment of people, right, in their current system of finance, and you want to talk about a meme coin. You see, this is how our system works, right? It rewards, right, people who fall in line and does what the banks want them to do,
Yep.
which is lose money, right? Or just borrow and spend and not get into politics where you could actually make some changes so that the system is fair. Because that would be bad. If you make it fair, that would be bad,
Yep.
right? So that would be bad for the bank. So we got to cut you off, right? You trying to make things fair? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yeah, exactly.
We're cutting you off.
Yeah, there's no such thing as fair things, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the average Joe. But isn't that crazy? We've seen Junior and, of course, Eric, which was at the conference, now pounding on the importance of decentralized finance. This is massive. And again, people focus on meme, whatever, but if you actually hear what he said some interesting stuff there. So
Exactly. And so there it is. So you can see this face, right? Like, yeah, I know what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Right? You trying to bring things down, right? Bring the conversation down. When you don't want to point out, you don't want to talk about what's righteous anymore.
you just want to talk about whatever is convenient for you to make
Exactly.
your stupid
Make your,
argument.
yeah, exactly. All right. You know what? This guy keeps. You need to block this guy.
Yeah, I just banned it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, perfect.
You should have bookmark and print this off. Right. This is what Mr. James Wynn is saying.
Yeah.
And look at it every day as a reminder, a consistent reminder. Really? Really? Why is that? Because he thinks that this is happening right now?
Yeah, he's expecting a tremendous pump in July. And what's interesting is the most bullish part of the year, which is September, October, November, we're gonna collapse down. So that's bizarre, right? But it could very much happen because we indeed start the cycle earlier. So for the first time, we've gone over the all-time high prior to the halving. Never happened before. But I don't think we're gonna dump in September and October and November this much. I don't know how you feel about this, but there is definitely a leg missing. I agree. So maybe 150, maybe 200.
Didn't this guy lose $100 million? And I'm going to listen to what he has
Track
to
record
say.
is great. It's remember the lady. I don't know what I'm saying. My track record sucks, but here's what I think. Very similar. So,
And he's about to lose another $100 billion. Right?
but it's not his money, right? Apparently.
And look at what he's crying. They're hunting me. You know, I used to do that, right? I'll be honest. When I first started trading, I'd cry about that, right? You need to stop, right? You need to take responsibility. Yes, they could be hunting you, but you need to take responsibility for that and say, hey, this is how it is. Because let's just say they are hunting him. Then that's how it is. But they're probably not. Here's why. There's like lots of evidence, right? If you watch my show that I'm going to be broadcasting later on, right? There's lots of evidence that Bitcoin's going to 99K. There's three different indicators, saying we're 99K. Okay? 3. And they're totally separate.
But that's why you want to go long. That's why you want to go long. And by the way, they hunting me is because did you gamble their money and you lost them? So maybe they're hunting you down for that. I don't know what's happening in there, but
Jesus.
I know he's gone from 3 million to 100 and then minus 13.
And now he's gonna get another minus 100 million, right? Because like he's lost 100 million already, and he's down minus 13, so he's got another 100 million to go bet, and he's already down almost $1 million unrealized loss.
I don't think someone like this should trade, to be honest. Those are the revenge trade, right? They never work out.
Exactly, I know. And this is clearly that. I mean, he's already, his liquidation falls below, and he'll be liquidated if it falls below the 103. Like, what kind of greed monsters? Like, you couldn't like have your liquidation at like 80K? Like, really? Like, there's no chance of that. Even like if you went to like, I don't know, 85, right? Still, like, gosh, man.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like we said last week. If you, or I think it was Monday, if you manage to go from 3 million to 100 and you take no profit, there's something fundamentally broken with the way you trade.
Thinking, yeah, and thinking.
Yeah, because like you've done at 30 million, you've done a 10x. So that's already enough to say, let me take my prospect back at least.
Profit, yeah.
Right? And maybe I'll leave.
Your principal.
Sorry, my principal. And at least maybe you can say, okay, I'll take 50% out. I'll take 15 million back, which is way more than my principal. And whatever happens with the other 15, I'll just let it roll. Then that 15 goes to 30 again. Okay, you know, there is a long way to 100. You know what I mean? So he could have taken profit a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
Or at least like reduce the stop loss. I don't know, do something with that. And instead he's lost everything. So
Yeah, this is he suffers from the trade. The worst thing that a trader could happen to a trader who's not really a trader, because he's not really a trader, is that you get a lot of successive wins. He got probably a lot of consecutive wins, right?
and then you're going into a
He
Crazy man.
thinks he's unstoppable, right? And this is where he is right now.
yeah. I don't know. For me, what was weird is the fact that he was asking for donations. Okay, that's and by the way, I don't know if you've seen his tweet. He basically said, "If you send me money, I will send it back." Okay, wait a second. So what is I'm risking for what? At least double it or do something. No, he's just basically said, whatever you send, I'll do 1-to-1.
I know exactly.
Well, what if I'm an idiot? Like,
I know.
So if you win, I make my money back, and if you lose, it's a bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't think I get this guy, but hey, it is what it is. It's just please don't send him money. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
well,
saying.
he obviously got the 100 million from someone, so.
That's why maybe they're
Next-
hunting him
yeah,
down.
exactly. Jesus.
just say. All right, this is interesting because you said, I mean, we didn't check on the prices, right? Because it does sound a little bit bizarre that in 2016 it would have been $1, but it could have. Definitely has gone higher, the price for a Mac chicken, right? But if you see what inflation is doing to everything we have to deal with on a daily basis, it is probably kind of semi-accurate because not only the price of a McDonald's, for example, meal has gone up, but also the
check
size
this on ChatGPT.
shrunk. Yeah, look, we can ask. I don't know how much it was a McChicken in 2016. But $1 sounds, I'm thinking about when I was in London. It could have been into that range. Let's see. In 2016. Let's see. I don't think it's that far off. $1.
Yeah, I guess he was right.
Damn, $1.
Jesus.
And now it's gone to what, 4 point something?
Jesus Christ, people.
4.5.
Jesus Christ.
Do you remember the people were saying
Jesus
that McDonald's is too expensive?
Christ.
Some people are saying McDonald's is too expensive. And I'm like, damn. And by the way, also, it's way smaller.
I'm sorry, but it's not like almost like hyperinflation, dude. Jesus Christ.
364% inflation for a McDonald's. So think about everything else.
And keep in mind, these guys, they try to come up with all kinds of, putting all kinds of things that are not chicken into that thing to keep the price down.
100%. So, damn, right?
Unprocessed chicken slime.
That's insane.
Jesus.
And I would even argue that the size has gone down as well, massively, right? Because in 2016, the McChicken was probably bigger. So there you have it, you know.
Or they're stealing the wage growth is only 37% up.
Exactly. What was interesting about the tweet that if you scroll down a little bit, you can see it compares salaries as well, right? And it says, hey, by the way, not only. By the way, I don't think the size is accurate because I think it's way smaller. But besides that, your salary did not keep up with it.
Jesus Christ.
That's hyperinflation right there.
Jesus Christ.
This is
I didn't know it was this bad.
This is probably worth a show on its own.
I mean, exactly. I mean, I've been talking about this since 2008, right? And telling people, you have to get out of the dollar and save. I told people I was been telling people back in 2008 when I first started this that you need to get rid of all of your what's it called, stock. Sell all your stocks. Get out of your ETF. Take the hit on the your 401k. Take the hit on any kind of retirement savings. Put it all in gold and silver. Then when Bitcoin came along in 2011, go to swap over to Bitcoin. It was the clear and winning choice, right?
Yeah.
Since 2008, right? This was from 2008. That was a clear choice to do, and people were saying that, I don't see anything down. I don't see anything. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. You got that all that time that went by, man. You've lost so much wealth.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly. McChicken sucks too. I don't know. I never tried one, but
Jesus. Yeah, it's not that good either. Yeah, it's not. I've never had one either. But it's just not good. I'm sure it's not good.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Eric says, bro, McDonald's in Thailand costs the same as Norway. Pointless. Yeah, there is also that, right? So that they trade prices in different countries the same, where arguably people in Thailand have less money than people in Norway, right?
I'd like to chart this thing and see how bad what the chart looks like, right? Because I'm sure the chart looks interesting.
Yeah.
If we were to put this on a chart, we'd know where it's going.
Yeah. It's going to zero. What is it? Zero.
Bitcoin is going to zero.
Dang. That's crazy. Yeah, not even mentioning, the health component, which is absolute garbage. But besides that, which is kind of, we all know, right? But the point was on the cost, to show you guys how bad it is, right? And please don't eat McDonald's, of course, right? That is what it is. Coinbase, okay.
Sparks calls to scrap KYC, right? A Coinbase insider scandal exposes 70,000 users' personal data, triggering debate to rethink the crypto's KYC systems. Okay, I got a rant.
Go for it.
Crypto is about your freedom and ensuring that no government can know about your wealth because they have no right to know about it. And so when you go to an exchange and you give them all your information, now the government knows who you are. Now they can target you. We've seen it with the Andrew Tate brothers, right? And we've seen it with the Tate brothers, and they've got wiped out. Coinbase took all their crypto because they knew who they were. You don't want that to happen. This is why the world is the way it is. You start off on an exchange, and then you take possession of your Bitcoin. Because one day, the government's going to come and press a button and say, all those Bitcoins are mine now.
And they will come up with ideas and ways to get your Bitcoin. They'll come up with, oh, don't sell it, make a, borrow against it, send it over there, and we got you covered, and buy a MicroStrategy, sell this, invest into Nakamoto. They will find a way to get your Bitcoin. So just be ready, because they're gonna come for you, right?
Exactly. That's what it's about, right? I mean, that's what KYC is about, being able to come for you, right? When they want to. So, we've already seen it, right? Right when they were talking about it here, right? He was talking about it here,
Yep.
right? If they know who you are and know what your money is, well, now we're cutting you off, right? This is why decentralized finance, which is coming, right, where you can borrow against your Bitcoin without any kind of issues of like, okay, well, I don't like who you are politically, or I don't like what you're doing with your finances because, hey, you're trying to stop me from doing bad stuff.
That's exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I
right?
will not allow you to stop me doing bad stuff.
Exactly.
Jesus. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
brutal.
Yeah, this is why, I talk about how, we talk about Epstein Island. It's only possible because of the money, right? As soon as we start using good money, all that crazy shit where Epstein's list of people can stop existing. Because imagine, it's all about money, right? So imagine like a bunch of good people, which is the majority of us, like 90% of us, and only 10% have like some sort of like divergent behavior, right? If those 90% have all the wealth, there's going to be a percentage of those people that are super wealthy that goes, yeah, you see those crimes? I want them stopped. How much you need? How much you need?
How much?
How much you need? Right? And it's like, okay, I'll stop those crimes. And that's that.
Yep.
That's that. Now, because there's a printing press involved here, right? If you come to the FBI and go, how much you need, right? Well, somebody has more money than you do. A whole printing press.
Yeah. We could just print it. It's just, okay, give me 5 minutes. You're just going to go over
I'm
there.
just going to go ask the other guy who's got a printing press.
Be right back. Yeah.
You see the problem, right? This is how evil exists in our world. So if you want to stop the evil that's happening, you can't do it physically. You can't do it with your own. Hey, this is horrible. We need to do something. I want to vote. Just fuck your vote.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that.
Right? Buy Bitcoin. Save Bitcoin. Learn how to save. Like give away some of your desires to, I don't know, buy a stupid car, buy a crazy vacation. Give away some of that, right? For the future of humanity, right? For your children's future, or for just, if you have no children, for just humanity in general, by saving Bitcoin. That's it. And then when the time comes, all of a sudden you have a utopia. In fact, every single renaissance and growth in humanity always came when we switched from printed money, which gave the bad guys the bad stuff, the ability to do bad shit, to hard money, which is gold and silver, right? And we switched to that. All of a sudden, all those bad people got fucked.
Yeah. And like Laura said, when they come for you, go, oh, sorry, my dog ate my seed phrase. I don't remember.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
When they come for you, you just blame it on the dog.
Damn.
Sorry, I wish I would remember my 24 words, but my dog ate it. And it was on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you know what? And I got hacked, or you could say I got hacked and somebody took it.
By accident.
Yeah. They started pushing it everywhere. Like you see how it is. I mean, you could do that. There's ways you could start laundering Bitcoin so that it's gone. Like nobody knows you have it. Right?
Yeah.
right after you take it from your exchange, right? So, I mean, that's a little bit more advanced, but I mean, you could go and start asking ChatGPT how to do it and start small, right?
Yeah. I'm sure you'll encounter Monero one way or another. That's why they didn't like it. You can always say, hey, look, it's in my computer. If you can find it, I'll give it to you. Good luck. Here's my laptop.
Yeah, exactly.
Ciao.
Proper.
See you tomorrow. All right, Ethereum, it's that time, eh?
Okay, BlackRock is selling BTC and rolling into Ethereum. Okay, whatever.
Okay. Okay, so the Hopium is strong here. Eh?
Yes, the Hopium is strong with this one.
I mean, I agree that at some point there's going to be a rotation because people are greed and they'll want to maximize their gains. But now, I don't think it's the time. We can have a look at the inflow on the ETF.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that later.
Like a huge amount of dollars is going, like $10.
Yes.
It's going to Ethereum.
On-chain activity is exploding. This is extremely bullish. Don't underestimate Ethereum. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see here. What is this? The maximum. So what? This is obvious, right? This is what. See, this has been happening, right? All the way along. Why didn't the price indicate that? Right. Look at that. All in 2025, we're in pretty high situation, and yet all of a sudden, I mean, we were higher than when it was like the prices were a lot higher. And why is the prices a lot lower here, right? With this activity, I mean, it doesn't make any sense unless there's something else up. I mean, maybe they pushed the price down and it's manipulated so that they can explode it, but.
Yeah.
I mean, money can only go if you buy Ethereum and not Bitcoin, right? I don't know. I think anyone who, if you're looking for the long haul, okay. Ask yourself this. I want you to ask yourself this. Okay. If you had the choice between only buying Ethereum or Bitcoin for the long term, for let's just say for the next 12 years. Which one do you think is going to do better for you?
It's not even close. It just has to be Bitcoin, 100%. And think about you are a new investor now coming into the market. Who the hell is going to buy Ethereum? Like, which is, I mean, I'm not bearish on it, but all I'm saying is now Bitcoin is going to take even more money coming in, especially with what's happening with the ETF and those treasuries companies. And so I don't know, ETH is a play. It could be a play at some point. I believe when Bitcoin, I don't know if you agree with me, when Bitcoin is going to go ballistic, 150, 180, whatever, after a huge run, there's going to be a turnover into altcoins, potentially. But I don't think Ethereum is going to 20K this cycle. But if you ever ask me this question like a couple of years ago, I would probably said 50.
Yeah, exactly. Same here.
But I don't think it's going to happen. So...
Ooh.
Brutal couple of days, but
we're back. We're back.
All right, before you click on it, are you ready? I've not seen it yet, but maybe we should sit down for this.
Yeah. You guys sit down for this.
Yeah, let's see what happens on the inflow. Okay.
Yeah, let's compare the two. Well, let's see here. Whoops. There's 100 million and a small 375, almost 4x more over here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I
mean, 100 million is not bad though.
I know, yeah, it's not.
At that. I mean, usually I've seen the 0.6. That's why
it didn't go negative, right? Like Bitcoin did, right?
Exactly.
So that's something. Right?
To be honest, BlackRock bought more Ethereum than Bitcoin, 77 million, and Bitcoin was 58. So they bought more Ethereum. I mean, Bitcoin, sorry, BlackRock doesn't buy its people, but people through the fund, they bought more Ethereum than
to
Bitcoin.
give to BlackRock because they're going to keep that.
It's not in kind.
Exactly.
Give them dollars. You want your stuff back? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go and print some stuff and sort you out. I wonder what, and like you said the other day, there is a huge alarm bell at the all-time high for Ethereum, and many people are gonna profit, I think.
Exactly. I think so.
I don't know what's gonna happen there. Fear and Greed, 62. Okay, we're kind of
Falling off.
greedish.
We were falling off, right? Remember, we were like high for a little while in the 70s, and then we're falling off. I think we will only know the Bitcoin has gotten to the top when it's up to 90%, right?
Exactly. And by the way, staying at 62 while Bitcoin is 105, that's a fantastic place to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So if you're bearish, I don't know what's wrong with you, because we're not going down, guys. We're going up from here. We might correct a little bit, but the long term, we are pumping. That's for sure.
Q1 negative, Q2
27.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So yeah, point. Let's see if wind's right, and we get a huge run up to June, July. That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet, yeah. Treasury.
This hasn't moved actually. From last week, I was looking at this, and it was like 0.4 or 15.4, and yeah, it's still okay. No movement because there was a little bit of taking out of the what's it called, the ETF. So there's no movement in general, but there has been a lot of movement. Once they take it from the ETF, they went into the other private sector companies because they were like, "Whilst you selling, we buying."
Exactly. I like this. Bitcoin is money. Everything else is credit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree 100% with this.
Boom, boom. All right, guys. It's about that time.
And we're getting filthy, right?
Mm-hmm. We went quackers.
Yeah. Well,
Last time.
what happened to the portfolio?
I don't know. Let's just take a look here. I think we might be a little down.
I type your password now, sure. What was the number? 10 something?
What the hell? This didn't work.
I think it was 10. Was it 10.5 on Monday?
What the hell? Do I have all caps? There we go.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Alrighty.
Soap and towels ready, Laura. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to. Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we went down.
We went down.
Oh.
That's even like below.
It quacked up.
It quacked up.
Quacked up.
Stupid.
Damn. This is. I mean, I don't even have a word for this.
Damn.
That doesn't even cut it.
I think we got rugged on this one.
Hey, you could go higher. This is what is the emotional?
Emotional, damn it.
Wow.
Damn.
Orlando.
Lambo. Oh.
Ooh.
Got slaughtered. The lamb got slaughtered.
Damn, G. Okay, well, maybe Peppa Peep.
Come on, Peppa Peep.
Okay, Peppa Peep. Oh, it's up.
Okay.
It was up yesterday. Look at that.
Is it $842?
What?
$842 volume?
What?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Let's see. The volume yesterday, when we missed it, the show, how much was it? Volume to yesterday, $444.
Damn.
Right now, today, so far, is $399.
Retired the bloodline or back to McDonald's chicken sandwich. Damn, Peppa Peep. Peppa Peep, $842. Wow, that's just madness. Two people selling them. 4 people. No, sorry, 2 people
we have
buying.
5 makers.
Damn.
6 transactions. Damn. Damn.
This is gonna be the next Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, damn. All right, back into the trenches to find our bloodline security.
I like this. You are nuts for buying this, but I find it entertaining. Exactly. That's why we are here. So do not buy this, guys.
Exactly.
Do not buy this. I mean, Peppa Pig is solid.
For sure.
Is that the Pope?
Baby born on Pump Fun?
Who is that guy there?
What?
Oh, it's a baby.
What?
What baby is it? But it's just a baby?
What?
Okay, this is weird. So someone had a baby and they made a coin. Sold baby.
The only soul baby?
What? I'm confused.
Same here. Okay.
Oh, it's a real baby. So
Yeah.
someone actually had a baby.
You had a baby and you're gonna call it the soul baby?
And he put his face into a meme coin.
I'm feeling this thing might rug.
There is a possibility out there in the universe.
I'm feeling it.
Damn.
I'm feeling that there might be a ruggage happening.
Can we short this? Can you short the baby?
I know.
That'll be a play. Damn.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel about this, but
Let's go for it.
it could go higher.
Yes, we're going full DJ. Yes.
We're going to get the baby, guys. Mm-hmm. We're getting the baby.
Full DJ.
Full degen, yeah. Oh yeah, probably they live streamed the born. Yeah, maybe the baby was live streamed.
Oh man, you know what? Forget it. We can't even get this one. And besides, people are jumping in front of us, man.
Yeah, I mean, probably not buying the baby. It's gonna work out to be okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be a degenerate gamblers without the baby.
I know. Let's just wait and see what happens. They're gonna hold this one there.
There's the 55 followers. Solid. Okay, so the baby's on pause.
I want to see what happens tomorrow to the baby.
What's Lilo?
Lilo.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, what's that Lilo? Oh yeah, those are the, oh my goodness.
Wow, this thing's all over the place. Okay.
A lot of effort there. Okay.
Yeah, lots of effort.
How about new?
Yeah, I think we can pass on this. Springo, Normie, what? Wow, look at this. Boss.
What the hell?
Build on
on
surround
Solana.
system.
What?
Oh, boss, build on surround system.
What? It's going higher.
Yeah, look at the numbers though. Okay, so 55,000 are locked.
27K in the last 5 minutes.
780,000 volume. What? 780,000? In volume?
Because it's the boss.
Dang.
All right, let's go for the boss. For this boss babe.
Yeah, we're not buying the top.
Clearly.
The top of the boss.
Clearly. First warning.
Bye bye, baby. And people commenting, that's a rag, baby. Child abuse.
Oh my
Man,
God.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
You have the best jokes, bro.
Oh, guys, thank you. Thank you for the jokes, man.
Jason is the best jokes.
Oh my gosh.
He comes out with the best things. Yeah, child abuse right there.
All right, so let's put some protection on this boss babe.
Protection on the boss. Yeah,
I know
okay.
it's probably too late for that, but whatever. We never know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Okay. Nothing has triggered, right, in our...
Let's go. Let's do something crazy. Let's just sell everything on boss if we double. That's
Okay.
just crazy, right?
Yeah, but, oh yeah, if we double, we sell, we just leave the boss.
Yes, we
Okay.
leave the boss.
Fair enough.
Let's just
All right, let's
see if that happens. I don't think so, but if it happens, it happens.
You never know. You can, you know, be surprised about what this has to offer, you know? Damn.
Oh, come on, is it not working here?
Yeah, Solana, right? Yeah.
Sometimes online, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is. I don't have a good feeling about this, but hey, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Well, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
So let's get going.
Let's see if this goes through.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, nice. All right, boss.
See, it's climbing. Wow.
Yeah, it's going higher. This is just amazing. What's the normie there? That one over there.
This one. This one. Right
Just
here.
a normie. That one.
Normie.
This one. Oh.
200.
Emotional,
Exactly.
damn it!
But hey, you know what? It can.
It could go higher. Yeah, from here, sure. Yeah, I mean, this could be the bottom.
It's just a normie, man. We're just normies here, man.
I mean, I wouldn't cross it off entirely.
Look, 372 members,
People
man.
calling all normies.
I'm a normie here, man.
Normies growing. I think we should do it.
I think so.
Yeah, we should go heavy. Should go in heavy on this, or like 0.25.
No, man. We're gonna go in like a normie.
Look at all these warnings. That's perfect. Point 15.
Because we're normies here. We're just gonna look how many normies we get.
73,000.
We get a lot of normies.
When it gets to $1, this is almost 80K.
Yeah, I think it's gonna double from here, right here. It's come back up. Look, it M'd out
Yeah.
and failed, and now it's finished the M'ing, and now it's come back up.
Both the bottom right there. This is, by the way, this is the 5 minutes, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's early.
Yeah, and it's gone. Yeah, possibly. Possibly it's gone. The raggage is real. Yeah, this is gonna play. Well, I guess.
I feel we're gonna get lucky and
Well, the,
secure the bloodline on this guy.
the bloodline won't secure by itself, right? You have to go for it.
There we go. We're gonna go all out on Normie too.
Okay, good. When it doubles, we just
Go ahead, Normie. Let's go. Let's go.
how does it look on the 15 minutes time frame?
Come on, we're at the 5-minute time frame. Jesus Christ. You can't go to 15. There's not enough information for
That's
that.
not enough. Oh yeah, true.
Okay. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, let's go today. We got a bunch of questions.
Okay.
Highlighted. Let's see. All right, let's see what we have.
No! It's going down.
It's going down. Okay, Bitcoin to 150K by December.
Sometime before then, yeah.
Yeah, possible. So 150. It seems like 150 is one of the preferred number. Maybe the capo is right. I don't know what he's doing now. What is he saying? We're going to $2,000.
Yeah, we're going to, yeah.
I don't
He's
know.
right. Yeah. Why don't you sort it?
So is Ledger legit? Absolutely not.
No.
I wouldn't put my crypto
Fuck no.
Ledger.
No.
I'm sorry.
They keep asking me to sponsor for sponsors, and they're willing to pay big money. I'm like, no. Yes, thank you. No.
Thank you, but no thank you. Yeah.
No.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah.
Will you guys
Because
borrow?
do you know
Oh, yeah,
why
sorry.
they're paying big money for the sponsors, right?
Yeah, because nobody wants to sponsor them, and
No, because the government, right? Somebody's in the government saying, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Start pushing this thing.
oh yeah, of course.
100%. Because there's no way they should be paying that much money for
Yeah.
sponsors.
Yeah. Also, whenever someone comes up with a lot of money, it's never a good thing, right? Because it means there's some shady happening there. So yeah, sorry, Ledger, but no.
Yeah, we'll pass.
Yeah, pass 100%. Will you guys ever borrow against your Bitcoin?
Yes.
Yes, but it depends, right? What are the conditions for the borrowing? Because if you have to
Exactly.
lose custody, hell no.
Exactly. That's the thing. I don't want to lose custody.
Exactly. If you can find a way to do it. I know there are a bunch of protocols now coming up. They allow you not to lose custody, but yeah, I haven't found an interesting solution yet. But there are some stuff coming up, right?
Yep.
So, do you memorize your seed phrase?
No.
That's probably not a good idea for multiple reasons. One, you could forget. Two, what happens if you get hit by a bus? What happens to your husband or wife?
You memorize your passphrase is separate from your seed phrase. You can create a separate password, right? After you create your seed phrase, that would be something that you put in. So you have a little bit of Bitcoin in your your default seed phrase, right? So you got, okay, this is it. I got like a whole 0.05 is all I got. And then the rest of the million Bitcoins you got somewhere else, right? On a passphrase, right? So you put a passphrase, and that's where the rest of the million Bitcoins are.
Yep.
Right? And so that they can run off with, oh look, 0.5, and then you know they found it. And then so if somebody steals your seed phrase, they'll take that, and then you have their passphrase to get all your rest of Bitcoin off because they got nothing. They only got the fake value, which indicates that something's wrong.
Yep, exactly. Roy says Ethereum is going to go to a new all-time high, not going to 20K, but 10 is in play. Definitely not going to 20K. I agree on that one. 10,000? Oh, it's difficult to say. So far, it's looking a little bit depressing, but it's going to pump at some point, right? So the question is what happens when it goes, what was the all-time high for about 5K? What happens when Ethereum goes back to 5K? I don't know. I think people are going to take profit. So
exactly. So when it gets up to 41K, and that's, Jesus, the profit taking is going to be off the charts.
It's going to be brutal. Yeah, that's for sure. If Fear and Greed goes to 98, how much time I have to take profits? Well, it can stay in greed.
Yeah, for a long time,
for a long time.
month or so, or 2 months, right?
Yeah, we've seen in the past it stayed overextended in both places in either Fear and Greed for quite some time. So you'll have your time to take profit. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you could always dollar cost average out once it gets there, right?
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Nice.
That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys coming out this live stream, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Cheers.